I'll admit, I paid fines. I lived through hell. But that wasn't me. He breathed heavily and continued. When my name got involved in this story, I thought I was going crazy. I've worked all my life, and now people think I was part of that madness. No, I'm here for people to hear the truth from my mouth, not from a blog or a rumor. The prosecutor played a recording where Lil Rod described the meeting. He lowered his eyes further, staring before the words echoed. At first it was like Hollywood. Red carpet, champagne, meeting. But afterwards the invitations changed. Diddy organized very exclusive parties. Even your agent couldn't get you in if you didn't have the right name or the right face. Cuba shifts in his seat. I remember one time at his house in Miami. We had to leave our phones at the entrance. It wasn't uncommon. But afterwards, he would give out bathrobes. He said it was a spa party. But once inside, it was like another world. He stopped, wiping his face. People think I'm saying this to save myself. No, I've already lost everything. It's not to redeem myself. It's to stop what's happening again. There was silence. The prosecutor asked, "Did you see anyone get hurt?" Cuba lowered his eyes. I heard screams, cries. I saw women quickly leaving through doors at the back. But I didn't see anyone getting hurt with my own eyes. But I knew it. We all knew it. The room was still, as if everyone was afraid to breathe too loudly and break the heaviness of this moment. Cuba Gooding Jr., the man who was applauded for shouting, "Show me the money," was now. Cuba was crying, not for himself, but for what he hadn't stopped, for what he might have hidden by staying silent. Now, the world was finally listening to him. He leaned forward slowly, wiping his eyes with a new tissue. His voice was hoarse. Some people never came back to these parties, especially women. Before, I thought they didn't like it, that it was too crazy. Now I know they might have been threatened, forced to be silent. The prosecutor looked at him, changing tone. "Why speak now, Mr. Gooding? Why here?" Cuba One hesitated. "Because I have a son, and because I know what happens when you say nothing. Silence protects no one. It makes monsters stronger." He recounted how, after his own scandals, people avoided him. The calls stopped. Projects disappeared. Some friends stopped reaching out. But not Sean. Sean kept calling me, inviting me, and it made me think. Why? He looked at the jury because he knew I had been tainted. He thought I would protect him, as if I owed him something. The prosecutor showed a photo from 2013 taken in the Bahamas. Cuba was sitting next to Diddy. In the back, barely dressed guests and blurred faces. "I didn't know they were so young," said Cuba. "Nobody asked questions. Nobody checked. We just smiled for the picture." He closed his eyes tightly, holding back his tears. "This photo haunts me, because I look happy, as if I'm having the best time of my life. And now, I think of all those who would whisper around me." The judge announced a 10-minute break. Cuba stayed in his chair, rubbing his face and murmuring something that only the microphones picked up. "My God, forgive me." When the jury left, the tension remained in the air like smoke. No one applauded, no one murmured. He was just looking at this broken man at the stand, between his past and his chance to finally tell the truth. After the break, Cuba returned to the stand. The atmosphere was different, heavier. His suit was a little wrinkled. His eyes reddened.
He didn't need to be asked to continue. He leaned toward the microphone, as if he had been holding this inside for years. "There's one thing I've never said in public," he began, his voice low and trembling. "One night, at Diddy's in Los Angeles, I saw something I couldn't forget." He wiped his eyes before the tears even fell. It was one of those parties where nothing seemed real. Everyone was supposed to
Not directly, but I saw enough to know I shouldn't stay there. He described an evening in 2015 in Miami, supposedly for Christian Combs' birthday. Things got weird, he said. There were masks, real masks. A man passed by me in leather, with just high heels. People were laughing. I wasn't, because that man looked scared. Jay-Z said he left early that night. He called a driver and didn't wait for the planned car. I didn't want my name tied to that, whatever it was. Then, the prosecutor showed a photo, a blurry but authenticated image of Jay-Z, Diddy, LeBron James, and Beyoncé in a room with a masked man in latex, kneeling on a velvet cushion. Jay-Z looked at the photo in silence.
I saw that moment, he said. I was told it was performance art. I did not laugh. Jay-Z looked at Diddy. You knew people trusted you. You used that. D. For the first time, Diddy was impressed, jaw dropping. Then came the moment when Jay-Z's testimony shifted from an effort to limit damage to a real bombshell. He recounted in court a private conversation with Diddy in late 2018, just after rumors of an investigation started circulating in the industry. According to Jay-Z, Diddy called him to take the lead. He told me, "They're coming for me. Be careful who you associate with." Jay-Z said he directly asked Diddy, "Did you do something I couldn't recover from?" Diddy allegedly replied, "They're just parties, Jay. Just experiences. No one gets hurt unless they want to." Jay-Z's voice broke slightly. "That was our last real conversation." He looked around the room. "I stopped answering his calls after that." Jay-Z explained that he started to distance himself. He avoided Revolt events, cancelled collaborations, and asked the Roc Nation representatives to keep their brand away from anything Diddy was doing. Then, the prosecutor revealed something else. An email exchange between Jay-Z's legal team and an anonymous person, early 2020. In these emails, Jay-Z's team was warned that non-disclosure agreements from past events might be used against those who were present, even if they were not involved. Jay-Z nodded. "I knew what it meant. They mean nothing to me." I see who he really was, and who I almost became by staying too close. The room was silent. The consequences were just beginning. Jay-Z, sitting upright on the witness stand, hands clasped, spoke in a strong but emotional voice. The court was already shaken by the accusations and rumors surrounding the trial, but now the atmosphere had changed. Jay-Z was not just a celebrity caught in a scandal. He was a husband, a father, a man defending everything he had built. "I have to talk about my family," he began, looking directly at the jury. "Because when my name is dragged through the mud, theirs is too." The room was silent. The jurors leaned forward. The journalists stopped typing. Even Diddy, who had been jotting down notes in his notebook since the morning, looked up. Jay-Z described the impact of the accusations on Beyoncé and their children. "Blue Ivy is old enough to read the headlines now," he said. "She came to ask me what a freak-off was. That is not something a father should have to explain." He recounted a remark. After the start of the trial, the accusations were named Jay-Z. Journalists swarmed around his house. Paparazzi are camped outside Blue Ivy School. The headlines mixed facts and rumors, turning his life into a tabloid battleground. He continued, "My wife supported me throughout. But this time, it was different. It wasn't professional drama or career competition. It was a nuclear bomb dropped on our family. And the worst part is that it's all based on a lie." Jay-Z then addressed the specific accusation that he and Beyoncé attended the freak-off party in Miami in 2015. He pulled out documents from a file, flight records. "That night, we were in Paris," he said.